Everybody, welcome back. It is Wednesday, 9 p.m. So you know it's time for BoobTube, but it's not BoobTube unless I have my beautiful co-host with me, Casey Carter and Desirable Bottom. Hello, ladies.
Hey.
Sorry. I literally decided to pull out the lip gloss at the last minute. Sorry about that.
It's all good. It's all good. How y'all doing?
Good.
Can't complain.
Well, I could, but I won't.
Right.
You know, that's how the old school folks say it. I could, but I won't.
I could. This is what Ghost used to always tell me. He would say, "I could, but who's gonna listen?"
There's another saying. That's another old school saying. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've heard that one a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! What a week. Actually, what a couple of weeks.
True.
Yeah.
Tell us about your thing, Casey. Yeah.
How was the awards?
So, okay. So I hosted the 2024 ASN Magazine Awards. It was held in Port Deposit, Maryland. I would be honest, if someone would pay me to host award shows, I'd do that every weekend.
Was it at TPA?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Seems like we need to have a sidebar about that. But I had a great time.
Wait a minute. You was in my city?
Well, we stayed in Aberdeen. I don't know where you are towards Aberdeen, but we stayed in Aberdeen, and then we drove over to TPA for the awards. Let me say, when I tell you, I genuinely I had the best time hosting. Like, no lie. Kari and I were talking about things that bring you joy and energize you and whatever. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I loved engaging with the audience. I loved it when we messed up. I had a good time because there were a couple of times we messed up with our envelopes, and the envelopes were stacked on the stage on my podium. But I still sometimes was like, "Ooh, wait, hold on, that's not right." And it was so much fun engaging with the audience, and we had a great audience. And they, if you ever been to a black churches, we do call and response. So you call out something and the audience is supposed to respond back to you. We had a great time. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. A lot of people won awards. A lot of people won multiple awards. But what I want to talk about in terms of awards is my honey dip, Lorenzo, won Social Media Influencer. And he was awarded the
Lorenzo.
Humanitarian of the Year. So
I'm
very proud of him. Yeah. And we were both nominated for Social Media Influencer. So it was interesting because I didn't vote for myself. I gave him all of my votes. And it was cool. I enjoyed it. And let me say this. I'm going to say this because social media, there's things on social media. Nothing ever goes off without a hitch. But this, watching something grow over time and seeing it overcome challenges, because this event was originally supposed to be at a location in the Poconos, and that location got hit with um, storm damage. I forget what the storm was, but it got hit with storm damage, and literally at the last minute, they had to cancel that location, and so TPA made themselves available and did a really great job of accommodating the event. And again, I had the best time. I I had such a great time over the weekend of just really chilling out and doing that, that when I got back to my day job, I was like, can I go back to just like doing the hosting thing? Can somebody put me on the hosting circuit? Because I would literally every weekend, like I would fly out somewhere on a Friday to go do this. Because I had a good time. I had a very, very good time. And we celebrated Lorenzo's birthday. It was Lorenzo's birthday that weekend on the Sunday. And I arranged to surprise him as like Friday and Saturday, and he loves Dutch apple pie. So someone went out of their way and drove an hour into Amish country to buy 2 Dutch apple pies. These were the best apple pies I've ever had in my life. I mean, the best. The
They
best.
know how to cook.
It was ridiculous how good these apple pies were. So I had a great weekend, and I'm very proud of Lorenzo, very proud of how well the event went, and I'm looking forward to, seeing it get bigger and bigger, and yeah. So that was my weekend. I also went to the movies while we were there, and I've got on my list what I went to see, so I'm not going to say it now. But yeah.
Something else, can I just give you a compliment? Something else that I can see you doing is like your own talk show. Would you ever do it? Or have
I
you?
would. I'm gonna tell you right now, I would in a heartbeat. So before I started doing Boob Tube, I used to do my own show on Wednesday, and it actually was at 9 o'clock that I would do Casey at night. And I don't know. I went through a moment where the day job I was saying to Kari, it just stole my joy. And honestly, the reason I show up every week for this is because I do it with you all, and it's it really motivates me to come and show up. And when Jay gave me the reins to do the to produce it every week, I'm like, I felt even more blessed to come and do this with you all, to make sure that we have a good time. Because I think, I mean, let's be honest, COVID hit and there was a bunch of shows on EXXXOTICA.tv. Who's left? Who's left?
But it's because of our dedication and loyalty. Because at any time, Jay could be like, "What's going on?"
It's a wrap.
Right.
It's a wrap.
And I love the fact that he gave that to us.
But
yeah,
exactly.
I agree.
And I think that, one, I want to say thank you to you guys that are watching, because without you, if you weren't here every week and
showing up,
didn't show us the support, then that might have possibly have happened already. But luckily, because of you all, we are still here, still thriving, and still showing up every week. Well, most every week.
Because life happens. Life happens.
Yeah, we're loud.
Things happen. I mean, here's the funny thing. I forgot. I forgot I was leaving on Wednesday. Normally, I fly out on Thursday, but I forgot I was leaving on Wednesday. So at the last minute, I had to tell the ladies, "Oops, I won't be available to do Wednesday." And I actually felt bad about that. Yeah. I felt bad about that because I do enjoy this a lot, and I enjoy. I mean, if you all could be a fly on the wall when we do our little pre-show chats, it is like a bonding moment when we chat because we're just very open and transparent about where we are, how we're feeling. It's a check-in, you know. We've talked about this before where um the three of us combined to give you 100%. But if somebody is not on that night, we pick up the slack and make sure that
True.
you don't feel that somebody's
That
not
energy.
100%. And I'm gonna tell you, there's many times none of us are 100%, but
True.
we come
But you
together.
put our little percentages together.
Exactly, we come together and we support one another. And
Facts.
you know, Kari and I and Desi, we could not be more grateful for this opportunity.
True.
And you know, I feel like not only do we owe it to Exotica, but we've built this fan base, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it.
Same.
Agreed.
Ditto,
Check.
ditto. We love you. Woo! Okay, show's over. No, I'm just kidding. We just came on just to say that. We're out. We're out. No.
We're done.
No,
We're done.
we've got a few weeks of some things that we've been watching that we need to catch up on. And before we get started, I do want to say that we are just a little over a week away from our season 4 finale episodes for Ghost Power 2. So, for those of you who have been waiting for those updates, very soon we will be watching these new episodes.
And I'm going to say this, you know, when the season 4 premiere happened, there was a premiere party here in Atlanta. And at the time, rumor had it that they might do it for the second half. So if they do it for the second half, your girl is going to make sure she's there.
Can you please send me a message so that maybe I could like boom, 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 like fly in?
I'm going to find out. No, seriously. I'm going to find out for sure. Cause you know, my daughter worked at the spot. T-shirts. My daughter worked at the spot where they did the event. And so I'm going to find out from her whether or not they're doing something. And listen, yeah, all up in it. All up in it.
All up in it.
Because, I'm sorry, boyfriend is fine.
Which one?
What's his name?
You talking about the oldest son?
The oldest.
Kane.
Yeah.
Fine.
You said, oh boy.
The one he's with.
There's a lot of hot men on that show.
And you know what? And I'm gonna say this, like I can't speak for who he is on a regular day-to-day basis, but I'm gonna tell you this. He took pictures just boom, 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 boom.
He seems very down to earth and very humble. He seems like he's not gotten all, you know, starstruck and
I appreciated that he just took pictures. You stepped up, you took pictures, and he was good. And you know, there was no charge. There was no, okay, hurry up. I mean, because at one point my daughter's sister was taking the pictures, and he was like, is she actually taking the picture? And then we realized, oh, she's taking the picture. Okay, we should act like we're taking a picture. So
right.
Yeah, it is. He was wonderful. He was absolutely wonderful. So, and then there were so many
like
other people. There were so many people from other shows, or from his show and from other shows. Because I think I mentioned my stepdaughter. She took a picture with. I apologize because my memory sucks.
Meech.
No, not Meech. From P Valley.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. I forget too.
The one with the gold teeth. Murder.
Yes. That's
my show.
Woo! Yeah. So
I wish it would come back.
again, I'm gonna find out, Kari, and I'll let you know if they're doing something.
The other thing I did want to say is on Paramount Plus, I saw the advertisement for a new movie with Common and Jennifer Hudson called Breathe.
Ooh.
And it looks like it's like one of those movies about like the Armageddon and like obviously that these like nuclear bombs go off, and so there's going to be a period where the air is not supposed to be breathable. That's what it looks like it's about.
I saw
the
it.
reason you did the reason why I bring it up is because allegedly there's trouble in paradise, and there's a lot of chatter on YouTube about Common being a womanizer, and Jaguar Wright said he has a little wee wee. There's just a lot of drama.
Whoa!
I'm gonna say this.
Common.
I hate this. I hate it
Mm.
when they try to throw somebody under the bus and talk about their genitalia. I don't like it. I don't like that
either. I just only bring it up because there are claims that he has done things that are not very good. Claims. And I say claims because I am not a huge fan of Jaguar Wright. I don't disbelieve her, but I don't exactly believe her either. I think she's a very good storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not there's truth in all her stories, I'm not sure. But yeah, she talks a lot about Common. And so, anyways, when I saw that he was in the movie with Jennifer Hudson and allegedly they're dating or might have gotten married or may get married or what is going on with my background, apparently that's the iPad thing.
Dude, I was gonna say
that was pretty cool. How do I make it happen again?
I know. We went through this with you the last time.
Well, anyway, so yeah, that's why I brought it up. I do plan to watch it. However,
I watched it on the plane. I watched it on the plane. I'll wait till it's time to talk about the shows. I'll wait. I'll give it to you.
We're there. We're interluding into it, so go ahead. Give us the tea.
All right. So I flew Southwest, and they have been slow about updating their movies. So in the month of July, like the beginning of the month, I flew to New York, and then I did this trip to BWI.
Could you please calm down with all this excitement?
So let's just say Common is in the movie like 10-15 minutes. And then the rest of the movie is Jennifer Hudson and her daughter. And Mila Jovovich is in the movie. And I love her. I absolutely love her. Because this is the same chick that she was in The Fifth Element. She was the couple of other things that are, big movies. So I really love her and the characters that she plays, because she plays very strong female characters. And yes, it's sort of apocalyptic. The whole point is that the air quality is bad, and thank you, Resident Evil. Yes, that's the other one. And so Common is a brilliant scientist who figures out how to create a device that can purify air. But apparently the device, he realized, was because it's him, Jennifer Hudson, and their daughter. And he realized that the device, while functional, was only going to be able to sustain 2 people. So he sacrificed himself so that the 2 of them could survive.
Well, what do we say in a moment like this?
I, and this is what I'm gonna say, because when I flew to New York for earlier in the month, I watched the Planet of the Apes, and I was very
Right.
disappointed.
Yes.
That's how I feel about Breathe. I was very disappointed.
Well, now
Okay,
I'm
for
not too
some
excited to
reason,
watch it.
yeah, for some reason to piggyback off of what you said when you said like what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
There's this movie called The Creator, and it's kind of good, but it's like creepy. Like it's because so there's this child, but the guy's got to protect the child because the child is like special. So that's kind
Yeah,
of like what that reminds me of a little
that's
bit.
that's Denzel's son who plays that character, the one that
Oh,
protects the
neat.
child. Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I like that
And
movie.
and here's what's funny. That movie's been out for a minute. I refuse to watch that too because I'm like, I feel like I'll be disappointed. I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to waste.
Well,
So,
what I have been watching nonstop is The Equalizer with
mm.
with Queen Latifah,
Okay.
the TV series.
Okay.
I'm in season 3 and I like it. I don't know why I haven't watched it. Like I watched the first episode and I thought I liked it then, but for whatever reason I wasn't like hooked. I didn't think about it again. You know what I mean? It was one of those things that it was like, yeah, okay. But I was going through Paramount Plus because I've been in this thing where I'm like, okay, I'm subscribed to this. I unsubscribed from Cinemax now that House of Dragons is over. And
Yep.
I was like, let me go see if there's anything on Paramount Plus. Otherwise, I'm going to cancel that too. Because I'm paying like $160 in monthly subscriptions between all the different Apple TV, Hulu,
Hulu. Yep.
Netflix, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Cinemax, Paramount, Peacock. Like, it's just too much. HBO Max, like, it's just a lot. So I was like, let me go and, each day I was going to a different streaming service to see what they were playing. And so I looked at Paramount Plus and I was like, Equalizer, that Quiet Place Day One, that's on there. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
I'll keep
Check it
I
out.
think I'll keep it. Also, Lioness is on there. So next season is about to release next month. So I'm like,
Oh, they're doing the next season of
ooh,
Linus.
yes,
Okay. Um,
yes.
you said something, Carrie, that reminded me. I and this is an offline conversation. When I was in Maryland, someone hipped me to this service that gives you access to a lot of streaming. And he showed me what was available, but more importantly, the speed of availability. Like you'd see, like let's just let's use Netflix as an example. You've got all the little icons. You hit the icon, and then whatever pops up, whatever. He was showing me how you hit the icon, and boom, that thing is running. And when I tell you the things you have access to, it's insane. The only trick is
Well,
you got to pay for it in Bitcoin. But I'll share the information with you in general, because it's like you pay that one time and you have all of like 3,000 channels or whatever. Yeah. And the cost is ridiculous. It's nothing for what you get. And it's for a year.
well, I was
Hey,
going through
girl.
because in the midst of my move, I'm obviously having to be a little bit more. I don't want to say frugal with my finances, but I have to
Mm-hmm.
be.
That's a good
I
term,
just
though.
I'm paying for a lot of stuff that I don't
Smart.
use. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I go through and I'm like going through my channels or whatever, and so that's how I found Equalizer on there, which I was like I said, it's a good show. I love Queen Latifah. First of all, she's like number one girl crush.
Mm-hmm.
love Queen Latifah. So I was like, why haven't I watched this sooner? The only thing that I will say is they do have a reoccurring theme that irks me to no end, and that's when someone goes missing and they go to check the apartment. There's always someone who broke in and the door is already open, and it's like, can we get something new? Like, come on.
Okay.
A little creative, but other than that, I mean, that's typical, espionage, CIA, like that kind of. So, anyways, so yes, Equalizer, give it a look. It's on Paramount Plus.
I'm actually impressed that it lasted more than one season. Not gonna lie, and I'm a Queen Latifah fan, but I was impressed it lasted more than one season because let's just be honest, Denzel played the Equalizer in the
that's the one I thought you were talking
movies. Right. And so it is hard to compete with Denzel. Even on
beyond
a bad day.
It goes beyond that. It's a predominantly African American based, like not based, but like the show is based off of mostly African American characters. And for it to be like this espionage, Queen Latifah's badass. Like her and her, her team, like she's badass. And so, a lot of people just were like, it's not going to, but it has lasted. And I'm so happy for that. And I'm proud of that. And I think that's amazing because it's, like you said, there's a lot of, but a lot of people didn't think Living Single was going to last either. But look how long that lasted.
That was very good. That was they had a great rapport with one another. I think that's why that show did so well.
Yes. Queen Latifah is also the executive producer of Equalizer. And I think, hold on. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Bless you.
I think Queen Latifah is just as talented on screen as she is, or she's just as talented off screen as she is on screen. And, I think they've done a pretty good job of kind of switching up the storylines and not making it, how there's always that one evil person that I think they're good about, like closing off these, how they just like drag out a story.
Right.
And you're like, good Lord. I think they've done a pretty good job of like closing that stuff out. So anyways, Equalizer, what you got, Casey?
Oh no, I gave you you Breathe. So
Desiree. My turn.
You did give us air.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Des. I'm gonna go with Long Legs. It's like a new movie that's out. So it's set in Long Legs. Yeah, like a spider, like spiders, long legs. But it has nothing to do with spiders. But I'll tell you what it is about. Okay.
Tell us what it's about,
So it's set in the 1990s. It follows an FBI agent tasked with tracking down an occultist serial killer responsible for murdering multiple families throughout the state of Oregon without having physically been present in the crimes.
Oh, now you got me interested.
Yeah, it is good. So it's a Nicolas Cage movie.
Now you lost me.
He's the one who oh, sorry. He's the one who created it or produced it. Yeah. So
yeah, you lost me.
Okay, served as a producer.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, through his Saturn Films production company. So if you guys are a fan of him, I'd recommend it. It's not too bad. I'll be honest, the beginning, the first 30 minutes were dry. Okay. I was like, okay, is this going to be a snooze fest? Is this going to be one of those movies where it's the movie reminded me of a video game that I seen other people play, but I haven't played it myself. But I like that too. I like crime scene, investigation, CSI, kind of shows like that. So I was like, okay. And in the movie, it gets you thinking. So I like movies like that too, where you're you know who the killer is. Okay, you know who it is. And then they throw you for a loop, and it's not really the person who you thought it was.
Okay.
So
Love
it's fine.
those. I
Yes,
love when you think you have it all figured out, and then at the end you're
Right.
like, "What? No."
that's what kind of movie it is. And you know
Okay.
what? I'm going to tell you right now, I could not do what this FBI agent did. I can't do it. So watch it. Check it out. When you have a chance.
What's it on?
It's like right now it's in the movies, I think. So
Okay.
I feel like Casey's over there grading us.
No, I'm writing things
Every
down that
time
pique
yes,
my
I'm marking it
interest.
down.
You're like,
I'm writing the things down that pique my interest.
I know. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
long legs.
Since you have that like that Save the Last Dance when she's doing her final thing for the Juilliard, and you're like,
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we're being graded.
Okay, so
I haven't
my
seen
next
anything else, so that's all I got.
my
Okay.
next thing, and I had to grab this photo for this.
I knew this
So,
was next.
Chimp crazy? Never.
crazy. Chimp crazy.
From the humans who brought you the Tiger King, though? The same people?
Yes. Yes. So, let me say this.
Hey. And y'all know
Y'all-
we have a history with Tiger King.
I was going to say, right, because
Right?
Tiger King, that was part of the start of BoobTube. Oh my God, we talked about rap ad nauseum. So let me say this:
That was our jam.
Tiger King was like, we couldn't have had a better show to talk about because of all the weird shit that people said and did. All
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you, Chimp Crazy, same thing. I mean,
No.
yes.
No.
Yes.
You have to be honest. It turns it up a few notches.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that.
So Tiger King was a mild interlude into and I only saw the very beginning. Like I saw just a little bit, and I was like, "What is going on right now?"
So, okay. So let me give you a very brief synopsis because I want y'all to watch this madness. Chimp Crazy is about the woman you see in there. She's not where the story starts, but she's where the story ends. And there's still more episodes. This is on HBO, and I think it airs on Sundays. I can't recall exactly, but it starts by telling a story about this woman. I think the woman's name is Connie, and Connie lucks up into the business of breeding chimps and renting chimps out. And a lot of the chimps that she had were in movies and commercials and print ads. And she was very successful with these chimps because of that. One of the chimps was named Tonka. And Tonka was in a movie with an actor whose name I'm drawing a blank on right now. And that actor and Tonka sort of bonded, and he, just really likes this chimp because Tonka was very, very smart, very engaging, and easy, I guess, to connect with. And so over time, this actor became an advocate for PETA. And
Was it Charlize Theron?
no, it's a guy. It's a guy. And so the story basically is about the original woman, Connie, and all of the trouble that she got into with PETA, and how she sold her business to this other woman by the name of Tanya Haddix.
Alan Cumming.
Yes. That's where the story gets interesting. This chick, she's the Dolly Parton of the chimp world. She is plumped out. She has been manufactured. I swear she's got the cheesiest wigs ever. Her lips have been blown up like hot air balloons. She has definitely had her breast enhanced, her butt lifted, and she overdoes it with her makeup so she looks cartoonish. And she is obsessed with the chimps. Obsessed with the chimps. She's gone to court multiple times with PETA. In some cases she's won, in other cases she has not. And in one of the episodes she lost against PETA and had to give up all the monkeys, and PETA came to collect all of the chimps. And there was one chimp that seemed to have disappeared, Tonka. And spoiler motherfucking alert, I don't care. She went to court and told them Tonka died. She held a bag of ashes and swore up and down on a stack of Bibles that the ashes belonged to Tonka. That she boo-hoo-hooed to the judge about the fact that she went to Tonka's cage. He wasn't moving. She sat there for a while waiting for him to move. She poked him and all of this stuff, and nothing was happening. And so finally she, went in the cage, and he still wasn't moving, and he died, and they burned him in the backyard. And just all of these wild stories about what happened to Tonka. And she basically won this case against the attorney of PETA, where they told the PETA attorney, unless you can bring us proof that Tonka's not dead, you can't bring this case back to us. So, woohoo! We win! Let me tell you, this crazy chick wins the case, and this was a virtual court case. So she's at home on her computer. I mean, and she cried. The judge had a 10-15 minute recess so she could gather herself. She wins the case. She closes the computer. She gets up from the table. She starts walking through the house. She gets downstairs into this area where there's a cage where Tonka is. And I'm like, you just lied your ass off. And then you allowed the film crew to film the fact that this joint is not dead. He's not dead.
That's shady.
Hello. So she's crazy, batshit motherfucking crazy. Now, in one of the episodes, they also tell the story of a woman out of Stamford, Connecticut, who bought a chimp from Kari, and baby chimp, and the I forget the chimp's name. I think the chimp was Travis. I think that's his name. And the Travis became famous in Connecticut, in Stamford, Connecticut, which is a town I lived in. And like famous to the point where police officers knew Travis. They were taking pictures with Travis. They would bring Travis snacks and food and whatever. Travis actually, did film and pictures and all of these things. Well, Travis, at some point around the age 4 or 5, got hard to handle. And so Travis one time got loose and held up traffic in downtown Stamford, like a major intersection in downtown Stamford. Travis was just in the street, just holding up traffic. They had to literally shut it down. And this particular intersection was like a major intersection in downtown. It's one of those where two main roads that run through the downtown meet. That's where this took place. So they had to shut it down and all of that. Travis eventually gets tired and gets bored, and they were able to put him back in the vehicle, and she was able to take him home. and there was um, a law established related to this incident with Travis, and that you can't have chimps over a certain age or something like that, or you can't have them or something or whatever. That the law was not enforced. They created it based on this incident with Travis, and then they didn't enforce it. So she got to keep Travis, and she just kind of caged him up and didn't take him out, because apparently they used to take him out everywhere. Now, if you know anything about animals in general, a caged animal of any kind, where, and I'm going to include humans in that, where they spend most of their time enclosed and they don't get to interact with people, they don't get to go outside, they don't get to have activities or space to kind of run free, it will fuck with your head. And that happened to Travis. Travis just was just not right. And so there was one day that the woman decided she was going to go out, and she had a girlfriend who used to chimp sit Travis. And so she called
Chimp sit.
chimp sit. She called the woman over to sit with Travis. And many of you may know this story. Travis ripped her face off and proceeded to eat her. The police showed up, and Travis attacked one of the police cars. Apparently, Travis ripped the door off the police car, and the officer had to shoot him. And he shot him multiple times. Travis ran in the house, ran to his cage, and when they finally went to his cage, they found him dead. But it was one of the biggest news stories out there, because it highlighted the fact that you cannot keep these animals indefinitely. Oh, sure, they're cute and cuddly when they're babies, but they grow up to be wild animals.
Hell yes.
That's their natural instinct. It's like the Tiger King.
Yep.
Yes.
You can't keep these things as pets.
Mm-mm.
Right. That's why I have a love-hate relationship with like zoos. Really, they're beautiful animals. You know, they're all exotic animals. They're all. It doesn't matter where they're caged, right? Or if they're habitat, like wildlife, rescued habitat, wherever. You know what I mean? It's just it's sad because, like you said, they gotta have the enclosements. They gotta have the space. They gotta have. You know.
Yeah. So if you're not watching Chimpanzee, but you watch the Tiger King, I recommend you put this on your list. Put it on your list. You will spend most of your time like this.
Trust me.
Is it
been there, done that?
Is it one season, one?
Yes, this is I think it's a limited series.
Okay.
I believe there's like 3 episodes out. I'm not 100. I can't remember exactly. But it is true entertainment. I mean, I'm telling you, I did not see it coming that she had Travis in the house. I did suspect that Travis didn't die, and I suspected that maybe she had Travis somewhere else, some other location. Did not think she had Travis in her house. Did not. Not Travis.
She
Tonka.
did not.
Excuse me, Tonka.
She gave 0.
Dude, like, you can go to jail for lying to the judge. Like, that by itself. Doesn't matter what the lie was about. You can go to jail for lying. And you took that risk.
She risked it for the biscuit.
She did. She did.
What?
That she did.
Desi.
That she did.
For the biscuit.
But
she did, yes. Risk it for the biscuit.
Chimp crazy. Put it on your must-watch list.
It's on there.
Okay.
I'm going to make
you want
time.
Me to go
ahead. Go for it, Desi.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Twisters. Did you see that one yet?
Oh, I did see that. I did.
Yay! Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
It was good. I liked it.
Good.
So I was a huge fan of the first one that came out a boatload ago. When was it? In like 1996?
Long enough.
Yeah.
Long enough.
So
it came out so long ago. My son
96.
is 28, and when I took him to the Twisters thing at Universal Studios, he was literally 3 years old. And he was petrified there because at the Universal Studios they had this thing that you sat in this area, and it had this big screen with like some of the movie, but then they had like things flying around in the room, and there was the one with the cow, and the cow was flying in the room, and my son freaked out. He screamed like a girl. He was like, ah! And it was so embarrassing. Like I had to leave. And like he was not having it. Which is, my kids are pretty, like, we went on Jaws and stuff like that, but Twister, no. So it was that long ago. So he was 3, he's 28, 25 years ago at minimum.
It was good though. I liked it. Yep. I agree.
It was cute. There was no ties. Like, I thought they were going to have, like, this is the daughter or the granddaughter or some affiliation with the original cast or like original characters, but there wasn't. And it was really cute, and it was the kid that played in Transformers, the last Transformers. He was in it, and I'm not gonna lie, the guy they had play the hot guy, what was his name?
The cowboy guy.
The cowboy guy. Girl, I was like, woo,
yeah.
Ooh,
it was good, girl. Yeah. I agree, and I just like the whole, like, it was like country theme. So if you guys like country music, they had a lot of music playing, like, I don't know, just that kind of vibes. And then they showed like them, where is it? Like at a rodeo too, a little bit. So it was kind of like that, like wrestling around. They had it where they were filming things on like YouTube. There was like the corporate people, and then these wrestling Twister, freaking
the tornado wrestler.
There we go, tornado wrestler.
The tornado wrestler.
It's crazy. Yeah. It was crazy though. Yeah, very good. Lots of energy. Yeah, very energetic. Very it, like, I didn't find it dull or anything. Like, it kept you on your toes. It kept you entertained.
I also like the storyline because they threw in this whole like corporate appeal and like, yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, you think it's like, I didn't even know at the beginning too. Like, I didn't really think the way that they thought. Like, when they came and called out the corporate people, I was like, it kind of does make sense. But I didn't realize as well that they were like, it was like shady shit behind the scenes. So
right,
they were definitely
capitalizing from people's misfortunes.
Yeah,
and that was not cool. So welcome back, Casey.
No. Sorry, I neglected to bring my power cord to the room, and I looked up and it was like, ooh,
low back.
We could probably make it to the end of the show, but I wasn't trying to risk it.
But
no problem. Okay. We were just talking about Twisters, and it's a cute movie. Like, I saw that a lot of people were not happy with it, and I didn't understand why. I thought it was good. I didn't think it had a cheesy storyline. I thought it was very and it was modern. Like, they took the old Twisters, which was really, really old, before all of these technology, and then modernized it. So it was cute and a nice little love story, and hot guy. Woo!
Yeah.
Love that.
Okay, wait, was
it was good.
Smash.
I forget his name. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Smash material.
Okay.
Hold on, we about to look them up.
Yeah.
Twisters
movie cast.
You don't need my location. Yep, cast. Glenn Powell. His name in the show was Tyler Owens, aka the Tornado Wrangler.
There you go. Hell yeah.
So sexy. Look at I forgot that I had seen it. So yes, Twisters.
Okay. All right. Well, what you got,
Watch
Kara?
it.
I don't have
I
nothing.
think she was done. What about what do you
Yeah.
want to see in the future? The Crow? That's out too. Are you excited to see that? Were you a fan of the first one, the old one?
I saw the old one.
No.
In the moment, I think it was a thing, and
You know who he reminds me of? Edward Scissorhands a little bit. It does. I'm sorry. It
no,
does though.
you're good. You're good.
Yeah, like with his scissors, and he cuts the what is it?
He cuts everything.
he cuts the hedges. That's what they're called. Yeah, there you go.
He was cutting everything.
I
But
can't
yeah.
wait to see Beetlejuice though.
Yes, me too. Me too.
Okay, so speaking of movies,
And then one more after you. After
I
you, I'm gonna
saw
talk about it.
Alien Prometheus this weekend.
Ooh.
Okay, so I am a big fan of the series. I think I'm a big fan of the series because of Sigourney Weaver. You know, we watched Sigourney Weaver mature through these movies. I say that as opposed to age. So we watch her mature through the course of these movies. We've seen versions of the movies where it was Alien versus Predator and all of that, and I've watched them all. So when Lorenzo said, "Let's go see this," I was like, "Yes, let's go see it."
Okay. And I'm like it though. I like disappointment. I'm kind of like, oh.
I think we have reached this point in entertainment where we are like women who are hard to please because we watch these things and we're like super excited. This is what I'm afraid of with Beetlejuice. I'm afraid that it's going I'm hoping that it won't, but I'm afraid it may disappoint, and then I'm going to lose my love for Beetlejuice because once you go and see something like the face on Casey's,
Yeah.
it just makes you lose interest.
Yeah.
Alex said Casey gave it an F.
I have a question though, but is it like standard? Like, is it because of the standards? Like you've seen them all, is it like this one is just like it's overdone, kind of like Scream and kind of like Fast and Furious?
That's okay.
There we go.
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna say I feel like when they did this, it gave me the feeling of you didn't have to. If you want to make a movie, you didn't have to make this movie. You didn't have to do this. Because not that I thought that they would, but I thought there'd be some Sigourney Weaver reference, and there wasn't. There's a girl who's one of the main characters, and she resembles Sigourney Weaver in some way. So I'm like, oh, is this going to be Ripley's daughter? Is this going to be some relative of Ripley's? She's not.
No,
she's not.
Oh wow.
And
that's the problem when you have a movie series with staple characters and you veer off. See, the thing about Twisters is that Twisters, there were no real staple characters.
Right.
Like, it could have been done with anybody.
And it really was about the Twisters as opposed to the characters.
Right.
So, yes. But with this, because they used Sigourney Weaver so many times in so many ways, and like I said, you got to see Sigourney Weaver mature through these movies. It was disappointing. The only reference to the original, if you will, is if you saw the very first one, there was this humanoid guy, and they had him in it. But I was disappointed. I feel like they threw the movie together, and I'm like, if you're gonna throw the movie together, especially some movies, it's fine. You throw it together, no big deal. Some movies have cult followings, and you can't just throw it together. And I'm gonna be honest, if you're gonna throw it together, you better do it Eddie Murphy style and throw it together with the character who created all the buzz. You threw this joint
Mm.
together and did not include Sigourney Weaver in any way, shape, or form. Whether you physically had her in the movie or whether you made reference to her in the movie, it's as if she didn't exist. And I'm like, that's trash. That's trash.
Yeah.
That and they
They could have paid
forced it.
homage to her or something
Yes,
somehow.
they forced it. They
Right?
absolutely forced it. So, thumbs down.
Okay.
So the alien. This is
Alien
Romulus.
Romanus? What is it? Rolomus?
Prometheus.
Romulus.
Romulus? Yeah.
Is it Romulus?
No, Romulus. Yes.
Okay,
that's
I
the
keep
one that's
getting that
current.
wrong. I've been saying Prometheus.
No, Prometheus was the prelude. So Prometheus was the story of how the aliens came to be, right?
I don't
Wasn't
know,
it like
but
it was? I thought it was the eggs.
here's the problem. The ship in the movie has two halves. One half is Romulus, and I forget the other half. I think the other half is Prometheus. But
Okay.
that's why I
Because
keep
I know
splitting it up.
a lot of people were bringing that up too. Like,
Yeah.
like a ton of people I know, they were like, "Well, how did the ship come into play? And what is the whole backstory with the ship and
Yeah.
this and that?"
Well,
so I
and
didn't know there was
so-
two halves.
Okay, so here's
Interesting.
here's the thing, and I'm just, this is just me speculating, but
Okay.
there's always some ship that went out to do something and ended up encountering the aliens, and it
Mhm.
gets abandoned or something far-fetched happens, and it's making its way back to the planet. That's what this ship was. However, there were the ship was circular and there were these two halves, and each half had a name. I did not understand that part of it, and they didn't make a big deal about it, but
Okay.
I'm just saying. Anywho, it's that time of the show.
It damn sure is.
It
Let's
happened
do
too
it.
fast. I'm gonna say that.
Good.
Y'all, we got here too
We're
fast.
here. We're here and now we're gone.
Yeah.
I know. We were just in green room. And we'll wait for the screaming to stop.
And the dolphins.
You can join the Exotica crew October 25th to the 27th in Edison, New Jersey, and December 6th to the 8th in Washington, D.C. Ladies Free Friday. Go sign up for your tickets, and you can purchase your tickets, VIP passes, and get exhibitor information at EXXXOTICA.tv. But before Exotica, New Jersey, there is a very, very awesome show happening September 13th to the 15th, 2024, also in Edison, New Jersey. You can follow the 420 Expos on social media or go to 420expo.com to get your ticket information, smoke sessions, food trucks, who's going to be there, all the good things. So go to 420expo.com and we'll see you September 13th through the 15th. Are you going to be there, Casey? Yeah, probably not me either.
It's my anniversary weekend, so
understood. In the meantime, between time, you can follow us on social media right here in our pink boxes, our websites and socials right there. Mine's pretty simple. You can follow me on Twitter, Platinum, Puzzy, and the number 1.
Yeah, you can follow me on those.
Yeah, those. Wait, those.
Those.
Or those.
Right.
Those.
Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Hold on. And you can find us every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on EXXXOTICA.tv, EXXXOTICA's website, and EXXXOTICA's Twitter and YouTube. So we will see you guys next week, same time, same bat channel. Back to you, Casey.
Peace out, y'all.